Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Susan LoPresti Wellness, Mind, Body, and Soul, the podcast where we explore the highs, the lows, and everything in between when it comes to a woman's life, her health, and all aspects of navigating the midlife landscape. I'm your host, Susan LoPresti, and today I have a special guest with me. I have Tammy Nevin. Tammy, I met her on a networking site and I was intrigued by what she was doing. So I want to give you a little bit of information about Tammy before you meet her. Tammy founded HappysolWellness with a vision to provide affordable wellness products that could be used conveniently at home and on one's own schedule, which is really important today for a lot of busy people, right? So, driven by the belief that health should be easy and pleasurable and a lifelong journey, Tammy embarked on a mission to make wellness accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Her mission is dedicated to offering high quality, holistic, and drug free solutions for those dealing with chronic pain, skin conditions, or anyone seeking to enhance their overall health. Tammy's commitment to this cause stems from her own personal experience and her desire to balance work and life with greater ease. She recognized the need for accessible wellness options, and thus she created Happy Soul Wellness to fill that gap. Under Tammy's leadership, Happy Soul Wellness strives to provide products that make the journey to better health both enjoyable and manageable, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to improve their well-being on their own terms. So without further ado, Tammy, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you taking the time to come on and talk to my listeners about what it is that you're doing and about your products.
Thank you so much for having me. It's definitely a pleasure to be here. You have a great podcast going on.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Tammy, let's start with what prompted you to look into red light therapy for yourself. What was going on with your health at that time that you decided that you needed to find a solution?
Good question. It stemmed from I was in real estate, and during COVID and around 2021, the real estate market did not stay home. We were really busy and I just got burnt out. My in-laws had major health issues. My father-in-law had dementia. My mother-in-law had Parkinson's. At that time, we had to get them into assisted living. My husband's an only child, so it kind of fell on me. So I just had so much stress in my life, also while raising daughters. And I just started looking for self-care options. And I just couldn't find anything that was affordable and high quality. I found a lot of things, but just weren't really what I was looking for. And that's when, I started really digging into holistic health. And that's when I came across red light therapy and the benefits of red light therapy. And that was right before I was 50, and realizing what a great thing this is. So that's how it started. Just doing my own search for my own problems and not finding exactly what I was looking for. And I felt like more people needed to know about red light therapy. And like I live in a rural area in Wisconsin, and nobody knew about it, So that's where it started. And where I live too, there's no spas they're about 45 minutes away is the nearest spa from me. So it was imperative that I did it from home, and that was affordable. So that's how it all began.
Tell us what the benefits of red light therapy are. I know there's a lot of them, but give us a rundown of what they are.
So when I first started looking, because I didn't have pain, But red light therapy does help with pain. It reduces inflammation. If you have, back pain, hip pain, if you're inflamed, I mean, it really helps with inflammation. My husband has back problems, so I thought of him in that respect. Me turning almost 50 at the time, it was more, okay, this helps with collagen production. It helps with reducing wrinkles and fine lines. And that's where it kind of started with me, like, okay, so it's going to make me, hopefully look younger to benefit me in the long run to make me feel better and stuff. So it reduces fine lines and wrinkles because it does promote collagen production. And that's where the big thing is, where people are more looking at it like reducing fine lines and wrinkles or pain relief, things like that. I mean, honestly, it also helps with sleep. It helps get better sleep. It helps with hair growth. It helps with eczema, things like that. I mean, there's just a plethora of things that red light therapy can help with. And I mean, production of testosterone, it actually helps produce more testosterone as well, things like that. So it's not just one thing. There's just so many things that it helps. It just gets deep into the cells to regenerate your cells.
Do you, because I've heard this before, that it helps with dementia or Alzheimer's?
I think more studies need to be done for that. I know that some people are having it as an extra treatment for that.
Mhm.
I don't want to come on and say that, it for sure helps with that, but I think they're studying it, and I think it has shown some positive things in that.
Mhm.
And what I would say is, heck, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anything to try it to see if that helps, because it does regenerate cells and things like that. So I don't know, I think more studies need to be done about that, but that's such a positive thing.
So how did it help you with burnout? What were the benefits that you were personally seeing on yourself?
So with me, I'm one of those people, I have a little ADHD that's never been diagnosed. I'm one of those people that go a mile a minute. I can't slow down. And so I started doing it as a night routine. And it just makes you, like for me, it made me, having a routine like that made me slow down. It has helped with my sleep, because I always, like with my red light therapy, I always do it before bed. It helps with your circadian rhythm. So I always do it before bed, and that has helped tremendously. And it just helps just to take time to just stop and think about yourself instead of everyone else around you. So
Right.
I also started doing a lot of research on like infrared heat, because that too, infrared saunas, the closest infrared sauna place is 45 minutes away. And I'm kind of frugal. When it comes to things for myself, I am more frugal. So we also have a line of infrared sauna blankets. And so you have the red light therapy, which is near infrared light and red light. And then the infrared sauna blanket is far infrared heat. So it's two different things completely, but the far infrared heat helps detox your body. It completely, you sweat out toxins and things like that. And that's such a great thing for detox and just relaxation and things like that as well.
So is it a blanket or is it like a sleeping bag that you would sleep
It,
into?
yeah, it looks like a sleeping bag, but it gets really hot. So yeah, and you have the infrared heat, but yeah, it looks just like a sleeping bag. And something like that, when I started doing more research, I'd never heard of anything like that. And it's just fun to research these cool products and I always thought that self-care was selfish, and it's not. We have to take care of ourselves first before we take care of other people. And like I said, I raised three daughters, and I'm finally, the last few years, have decided to, you know, take my health and myself first.
Put yourself first. Absolutely. Like when you're on
Absolutely.
the airplane, they always say, give the oxygen to yourself before you.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that because, yeah, burnout for women, especially, we put so much responsibility on our plates that it's
Hmm.
ridiculous. And it's time that we start taking better care of ourselves. And I love the idea about the
Hmm.
sauna blanket because I would love to have a
Yeah.
sauna, but I don't have space for a sauna. And
Right.
I've gone to places for red light, infrared sauna, but here in New York, everything is expensive. So, you're
Hmm.
not going to run and do that all the time. So it
Exactly.
definitely, red light therapy definitely has an effect on your emotions, right? And
Hmm.
does it help with anxiety at all?
You know, I believe it does. And I don't, like I said, I think and actually red light therapy has been around since the 90s. NASA, it was to grow their plants in space, and then they realized that wow, doing more studies, it actually helps with people too. So I truly believe it does. And I haven't been, I, I'm not a person that has had high anxiety, but as far as what it does to the cells, I think more studies probably need to be done, but it is something that I believe truly does help with that.
Right. So now talk about why you created a product line and what your products are all about.
Because I wasn't finding exactly what I was looking for. They were either way too expensive. There's a company that has great quality stuff, but it's very expensive. And I'm not the type to spend that kind of money on myself.
Right.
So I wanted to find a happy medium. And then I found some other things that were very cheap looking and just not what I was looking for. So that's where it began. I wanted to get it out there to more people about red light therapy. And I wanted to have like a one-stop shop for wellness related products for women. Of course, men too, but I feel that women more so are into it. But I have a lot of men customers myself. So, but I just wasn't wasn't finding exactly what I was looking for. And I, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I just like I have to make something and kind of a one-stop shop for all your wellness needs. Our website too, we have a lot of blog posts that talk about a lot of different health issues and Ayurvedic therapies and things like that I think is so much information for people that certain things that they might not know about your circadian rhythm, just things like that you can go there and just get a lot of information on certain aspects of health related issues as well. That has nothing to do with our products, but just giving you information too. So,
So all in one place, right? So,
yeah,
okay, I will put your website address in the show notes so that people can go and see your products. What
wonderful.
what's your number one selling product?
I would say it's my infrared sauna blankets. Those have been the number one selling product. We also have red light therapy face masks, but it's actually not just red light therapy. It's different light therapies. So our face mask is blue light, which actually helps with acne. There's yellow light, purple light. Purple is the combination of the blue and the red light. Green light therapy. So all these different lights help with different issues. So that has been a good seller as well. We just launched a smaller light therapy. I thought I had it somewhere, but I don't see it. It's a smaller handheld light therapy device, and that's red and infrared light. So that you take on the go, it's handheld, and that just launched. Another really popular item we have is our copper body brush.
Yes, what's
And
that?
it's a dry brush, but it has copper infused in it. And copper, it's a really powerful conductor of energy, and it helps promote circulation, and the negative ions protect your skin from free radicals with the copper body brush. You get the friction. So it's a little different than just a regular body brush. So we have that, and that's a really good seller as well. And I mean, dry brushing's been around for thousands of
Yes.
years,
Yeah.
and it's just such a great, not only, with removing dead skin cells, it really helps with lymphatic drainage.
Yes. About that, Tammy. Get into it a little bit more about lymphatic drainage and all with brushing, dry
Well,
skin
yeah.
brushing.
Yep. 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 And there's just different points that with your lymph nodes and all that, and it just helps tremendously. I have one of my customers, she had breast cancer, and she got the sauna blanket, but she was emailing me too about the body brush that I had sent her because of her breast cancer. Your lymph nodes, you need to just drain, and you need to I don't know how to say it, but everything needs to like circulate, and it's just amazing what the dry brushing does.
Yeah. It moves your
To
lymph fluid, picking up the
mm-hmm.
viruses and anything in your system that doesn't belong, and it
Yes.
takes it out of your
Yeah,
system. And
absolutely.
and because the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like the circulatory system has our heart to pump the blood
Mhm.
around, the lymphatic system really depends on us with movement, which is key.
Yes. Yeah.
And dry skin brushing is another option. Also, jumping on a rebounder, which I have in my living
Yes.
room. Right
That's
in the middle
awesome.
of my living room floor, but that's how I remember to jump on it, right?
That's awesome. Well, right. Put it where you know you'll use it. I mean,
Yes,
even like tapping, like
yes.
that's a dry brush. And like we just are launching a face brush too. It's a dry face brush, and that, you get on your neck, and that's a little more sensitive than I don't have copper in that because there's some people have sensitive skin. But once again, with the lymphatic drainage with the dry brush. But yeah, people like tapping. We have a blog post on tapping different parts of your body that truly helps with anxiety as well, things like that.
Yeah.
So there's so many things you can do to help yourself without taking pills. That's what I'm most passionate about.
When you say tapping, are you talking about emotional freedom technique,
Yes.
EFT?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I use
Yep.
it myself a lot
Mm-hmm.
because, well, I live in New York, so driving
Okay.
is insane. And so
Uh-huh.
it could really take me from 0 to 1 million in no time. But a lot of times, if I know that I'm going somewhere that's a long distance drive,
Mm-hmm.
before I leave the house, I will do some of that tapping and, affirm that I'm a good, safe driver and whatever I have to tell myself to get through the day. But tapping is a
Absolutely.
wonderful technique.
It truly is. And it's just amazing how it really helps you. It's kind of
Yeah.
like your acupressure points and things, but very, very powerful.
Yes. I want to go back to the sauna blanket because I'm
Hmm.
very intrigued by that. What are the benefits of using that? You're sweating out, so you're detoxing, obviously, right?
Yep, yep. And that's, your circulation increases with that. Detox and relaxation too. One thing too that really helps with reducing inflammation, and like if you have pain, once again, let's say you have an injury or if you have shoulder pain or something, just having that infrared heat really helps with your pain as well. So a lot of people like the sauna blanket, like if, they're athletes or something, afterwards, and even before, like I've had them before, do the sauna blanket, work out, and then take a shower. After dry brushing and the sauna blanket, you always want to shower no matter what, just to get everything off of you. But pain reduction is a big thing with the infrared sauna blanket as well.
Very interesting. If you were to recommend one product from your website, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a tough one because I think they all just have such great benefits on their own.
Well, I think you
You
said
know,
that the sauna blanket is your best seller, right?
it is, but the sauna blanket, I truly believe in the red light therapy too, though.
Yeah. So you have to get
Um,
both.
yes, yes. And yeah, and dry brushing.
Yeah, right.
So it's
Exactly.
hard for me to pick my baby.
I know. I understand. Was there any one product that you actually developed yourself?
So my red light therapy, the sauna blankets, I didn't develop it completely myself. The red light therapy device, I had a hand in different things about it. I did last year, well, it's probably been 2 years. That's actually how I started. So when I started the company, I reached out to many, many, many manufacturers, and I had a certain device in mind exactly of how I wanted it. And, one certain manufacturer could do it for me. It took months and months and months to get this red light therapy device out there. Once it was out there, the battery inside was too small for the device.
Um,
So it had like clunking around and it would turn off. Like it was a complete nightmare. And that was a really, really hard time because this device is, that was the start of all of it. And it just wasn't coming to fruition like it should have. So, I started selling these devices and people started returning them and hey, it's clunking. And I ended up having to get rid of all of them. And the manufacturer, they ended up supposedly fixing it. Well, it wasn't fixed completely. So I had to completely get rid of that one idea. And this one that I just launched is lighter weight and easier to hold. It's a lot better as a handheld one. But yeah, so there's been some, turbulence. The biggest is just having high quality products and customers, feeling like their family. So that was hard because, it's just, things happen. So you move on and make something that is truly good and people are going to be able to have for a long time. So this one I'm proud of. It's like I said, a little red and infrared light handheld, and it's a nice little device.
that's great. Any final thoughts before we go? Anything you want to leave the audience with?
Just to remember to take care of yourself, whether that be getting enough sleep at night, if even if you can't afford wellness products, go on our website. There's a lot of things you can do just yourself with just your body to help you with anxiety, sleep, things like that. So I think self-care is not selfish. That's the biggest
Right.
thing I want to leave with people.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy, so I will put your website, which I'm going to ask you to send it to me again. I'll put that in the show
Okay.
notes. And this way, our listeners, if they're interested in getting a product from you, red light therapy, it is the buzz right now. It's a really big thing. I hear about it everywhere. So I have actually my own red light therapy box, and it helps me tremendously as well. This was before I
That's
met you,
awesome.
actually. So, but I'm definitely going
That's
on.
awesome, though.
Yes, I want to take a look at that sauna blanket. I'm intrigued by that. But thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you
Yes.
for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you
You're,
very much.
you're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please, if you think that this episode would benefit anyone who you know and love, kindly share it out with them. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to subscribe. And until the next time, be well, stay happy, and bye for now.